อีกหนึ่งช่วงนะครับเป็น108 Music นะครับ108 ดนตรีอย่างที่บอกว่าเคยออนแอร์ทางไทย PBS นะครับแล้วก็ได้หยุดออกอากาศไปอันนี้เราก็จะกลับเอามาชุบชีวิตใหม่นะครับกับคอนเทนต์ใหม่นะครับรับรองได้ว่าจะเป็นมิวสิกคอนเทนต์ที่หาดูได้ยากในเมืองไทยWhen you take your improvisation, you think about a rhythmic in your head or something, no? Or just playing.
Yeah, I try not to think about anything.
Okay.
And really, to me, it's this playing music or improvising. It's the same thing as talking.
Okay.
And the harder you think about talking, the more awkward it is.
Okay.
I'm sure we all know people who are like really naturally entertaining, charismatic people when you meet them in the bar or something, and then you ask them to give a speech at a wedding and they become awkward and they become a bag of nerves because suddenly they're thinking too hard. And if they could just be themselves.
Just talking.
You know? So I think if you can switch off that kind of conscious element a little bit and just let music happen, generally the listener knows that something more natural is coming out.
You know how to take outside when you improvise before you get that freely.
Yeah,
when
no,
you improvise.
That stuff, and I think this is valid for a lot of guitar players coming from a rock background and they want to get into the outside playing. There are two reasons why people do it. One is that they've watched people on the internet. It's like, wow, this guy is better than me because he knows how to play outside. I have to conquer that.
Okay.
And I think that's unhealthy. I think the right reason to start learning about playing outside is because you've heard someone like John Scofield and you just respond to it on an emotional level. It's like, I don't know what that guy's doing, but I wish I could do that.
Okay.
And then when you're working on it, you have a goal. You know what it is that you're trying to emulate. I think it goes wrong when people try to force outside playing into what they do. It becomes like the sweep arpeggio. Someone spends like months practicing that, and then every time they do a solo, they have to force that in there. But if it starts with you liking the sound of something, and then it becomes the music that you hear in your head, that becomes a part of that, then you know when to use it. But for me, it's about trying to get lost and then find your way back.
Okay. Try to get. Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, that's like the feeling of playing outside.
Okay.
You know, how ugly and messed up can I get, and can I still kind of get back into the right key on like beat one of the next bar without anyone hearing where the join was.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. So I just think in loose, vague terms like that.
Okay. About your composition, how you compose your song. You start with a chord or just a feeling?
Normally it's a sound I hear in my head. It could be anything. I have a song called Fives, and that was literally stolen from hearing a bird singing in a park and go, like, cool, this bird's singing in 5/8, and I just sat on a park bench and started jamming along in my head and trying to work out where beat one was. Oh, there's a song called Waves, which is this. So I can't play that with my eyes closed. I know that now. that was me trying to come up with something for the guitar that would sound like a mini Moog, you know, an analog synth, sort of monophonic thing where instead of that, you get more of the Rick Wakeman, all the notes sliding into each other. I wanted just a really wide melody that did that, with all the notes gliding together, and it's impossible to get that 100% on a guitar. That was the motivation. I don't have a mini Moog. I couldn't play a mini Moog if I did have one, so let's see if I can approximate it with this. Or it might be just changing the tuning and just exploring.
Okay.
You know, like no was that.
Just find your good idea on anything put on your guitar or something like that.
Yeah, no was like one of the first times I ever tried to play anything in drop D. So it was like, here we are in drop D, and the first part of that song was me just looking for chord voicings that I could arpeggiate, and I was trying to make it sound a bit like a kind of Bach cello suite, you know, low voicings with big intervals. What am I doing? And I remember enjoying that process of kind of finding the little voice leading things that you can't do in standard tuning.
Okay.
It's nice to get a little bit lost sometimes, so you're exploring and you're not just using stuff that you've memorized.
Okay. And it's like a song. Your song is wave. Is when you compose, you just do it at the day for finish that song, or maybe you just got an intro, just got an A section, and do it another day.
Normally, I'll live with something for quite a while before I try to make a finished recording. Just to check that the idea is good before I waste lots of time on it.
Okay.
If I find that I still have this melody or these two chords going around in my head, like a week later, it's like, okay, let's get serious. Let's program the drums properly. Let's explore this and see what the finished product will sound like. But I do throw a lot of music away after 4 bars. It's like, it's okay, it's not good enough. I'm not confident that I'll want to listen to this when it's finished. Trash. So many solo albums have ended up in the trash.
If some student want to be like a good improviser, what they gonna have?
I think they have to love music.
Okay. Very important.
Which sounds like a stupid thing to say, but some people view this as like a sports car or a sword or something, as this tool that they use to frighten other men who use the same tool. If that's your mentality, you will never be a good improviser. But if it starts, and for me it's always been this, every time I pick this thing up, I hear something in my head and I want to share it with people. It's like I hear this melody, can I play the melody I hear in my head? So that's most of what I've practiced ever. It's either been transcribing anything that I hear going on around me or transcribing the music I hear internally. So trying to sing every note when you play it, even if it's just internally and no one can hear you.
It means you hear before you play?
Yeah. Totally. I don't see any point in playing something if you don't know what it's going to sound like. It's like gambling. Gambling is bad.
Oh yeah. It's, Okay. And any advice for the young musician?
That's such a broad question. Everyone has different reasons for playing.
Okay.
So I'm going to turn that into my answer. Dear young musician, ask yourself exactly why are you playing guitar? What do you hope to achieve? What are your goals?
Okay.
You know, what is the point of all this time that you spend trying to get better at the instrument? So for some people, they want to be in a band and they want to contribute something to the band. Some people want to be solo artists. Some people just want to do gigs and entertain people. And for some people, it's just therapy. It's just nice to sit down and play kind of play that because it feels good, you know. So it's all fine. I don't think there's one true reason for playing music, but I think if you know what your true reason is, a lot of the other questions disappear, and suddenly you know how to spend all the precious time you can with the instrument, knowing that you're not wasting any time.
Okay, before last question, how many styles you can play it?
I don't know.
Can you show me a country style?
Well, I can give you cliches in each style. I mean, like country guys do this.
And you
But they're all, I think all these styles, they're like different dialects. They're not
Okay.
completely different languages.
okay
To me, any style you can think of is the same language being played with a different dialect or a different accent, so they're all related. So if you hear a new style of music and you want to try and get into it, you start with the stuff that it has in common with what you already know. And then you just have to figure out what the differences are. So it's not like you go right back to the beginning. It's not like putting down the guitar and learning to play clarinet. It's more like putting down the guitar and picking up a 7-string guitar or a bass or something like that. You see what I mean? There are connections.
Okay can you show some for your jazz stuff
But I'll kind of give you I'll try to give you an example
Okay.
of how
Thank you.
different styles are related.
Okay.
I could like over that I could play this. And it maybe sounds a little bit more jazz rather than
yeah
doing that stuff, but it's the same scale. It's the way you play them.
okay
Or if you take some of those,
okay so let's swing
that kind of stuff, but you can play exactly the same kind of melodies.
okay
But on that pickup and without the if you turn that into you get
okay
it's like magically it becomes bluegrass.
Oh, yeah,
It's the same
yeah.
melody. So a lot of it is the way you tell it. I think.
oh wow okay I gotta use it
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry, I'm playing some awful things here. I've got a wallet in my pocket and the guitar isn't where I want it to be.
okay last question your motto
My motto?
philosophy for today you have it
I don't have a motto. What I've found myself saying the most on this tour is, where's the smoking exit?
you love smoking
I'm afraid so. That's why I look so healthy.
you look so healthy okay thank you very much for your time
Cheers.
Guthrie Govan ครับ